Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos, the final season, part 2. If I had a nickel for every time a prestige television show split up their final season into 2 parts, despite the fact that they didn't do that for the previous seasons, I would have 3 nickels, which isn't a lot. But it's interesting that it happened in The Sopranos, in Breaking Bad, and then also in Better Call Saul. But anywho, what did we do last time? It was Christmas last time. Merry Christmas. It's still October when I'm recording this, but Merry Christmas. Chris was banging the real estate girl that Tony wanted to bang, and then started using again because, I mean, you could time your watch by Chris using again. AJ got into a relationship with a young lady whose name I can't remember, but a nice young lady who has a kid. You know, she's a bit older than him, but still, and they seem to be hitting it off. And then he brought her and her kid to Christmas, so things actually went well for AJ. I'm incredibly impressed that they did something with AJ. So. There was something else. Oh, Phil. Right. Phil had a heart attack after the sit down to try to, resolve everything with Jersey and everything. But he had a heart attack, and Tony was like, we gotta put this all behind us, man. So, other than that, some other stuff. I mean, you guys know these recaps. Well, A, these recaps are not important. B, I'm just no good at them. So we really are just like killing time before the reaction starts. So screw it. Why don't we just jump right into this episode of The Sopranos? Here we go.
He's gonna want another 50, 60K.
All right, let's not go backwards, huh?
Oh.
These people you run into.
Oh, okay.
Boss, huh? They should know. I told you.
I was like, what are we doing?
Listen, you're not. I don't know.
Are we going to see this from John's perspective? Oh. Someone saw him. Kid found the gun. Oh, jeez. It's 2007.
Is this it?
I don't think they knock, if that's what you're thinking. Okay, well, maybe they knock. It's just the police, though.
Are you Anthony Soprano?
Would you bring the whole county with you?
We don't take any chances when it concerns an illegal firearm containing hollow point ammunition.
What?
Speak English.
Where's the FBI?
That's a good point, actually. Alright, so it's the cops, but it's not the feds. Oh, look at that beard he's growing!
Did you talk to Tony about coming
Good for
up late
him.
for his birthday?
Your Honor, the police pulled over some kid and found a baggie with cocaine residue. They also found a gun loaded with hollow point bullets on the floor.
Okay, so that's why it took 3 years.
Would I shit you? You're my favorite turd.
That's a great line.
Why don't you get a real bike? Have some beach pussy to look at while you're working the heart.
Go over the handlebars, have some fucking head trauma. That's all I need. I'm 66 years old.
Anyway, Phil, welcome home. Benvenuto.
I feel like you gotta be careful with that kind of talk.
Don't listen to me. I'm a cranky fuck lately.
Lately?
Lately.
Right?
Gun violence is a blight on Essex County, and Mr. Soprano will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. For far too
You know what that
long,
says
our
right
streets
there?
have been held hostage.
That's your mommy's name.
Look at his fucking hair. He's gone through so many hairstyles this season. It's crazy. But the beard looks alright.
Tony?
Take the yellow ribbons down, everybody. Boys, come on.
Hey.
Hey.
I told you it was a piece of shit case.
Yeah.
2 years old, no decent Prince Santa Claus could have dropped that gun in the snow.
He dropped the charges. Well, I'd say I owe you one, but I'm sure it's more than one.
Meh.
Neil, thanks again.
Good man, Neil.
Thank
Although I
God,
think the
really
feds
didn't
did
want
that.
you hanging over your birthday.
But can we forget already that it's my birthday?
You say that, and then you get upset if nobody makes a fuss.
Didn't we have a huge birthday party for... No, wait, that was for Hugh.
Oh, National Lampoon's Vacation.
What are you wearing, buddy?
Come on.
Wear some longer shorts. That's that good shit, though.
Admit it.
You know, a water would be perfect. Pellegrino? Sure.
He's gonna pass. He's stuffed.
ShopRite Sparkling? He has enough lawn maintenance at the new house, and somebody let the gardener go.
Oh, the house wasn't enough.
I'm joking. You know how grateful we are.
You Tom.
Absolutely.
Tony always wants to break balls.
Actually, last 2 seasons, I've been using a bow and arrow exclusively.
Get the
Wow.
fuck out of here.
Seriously, it levels the playing field. The AR-10, it's my birthday present to you.
Thanks, Bobby. Don't say shit to Carmela.
Meh. Got it. I like the two of them getting along. Tony's got a brother. Ah, fuck, I just want to sit there and read a fucking book.
Look at you and me, Tony. Who would have thought we'd have the kind of relationship we have now? The credit goes to you. You've really changed.
So I had to change.
It's a compliment.
You're fine.
You're different. Since that stuff last year. The shooting. I'm sure Carm would agree. I would.
Janice, just shut the fuck up. Just enjoy where we are.
I'm different how?
Oh my god.
How am I different?
Somehow, even with all these people around, this 3-year-old child managed to fall into the pool. Nobody even noticed till finally they found him floating face down in the water.
Jim and
Brain
me.
dead.
Poor kid's in one of those padded wheelchairs now.
I can't get that story out of my mind. I don't know why.
I think that's pretty terrible. Look at Sea Captain Bobby.
All right, look, we're really busy down here.
You're at work?
Yes. All right, I'm at the pizzeria.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
The jacuzzi and the tub's fantastic.
Are they having sex in their parents' bed? Ugh.
There's everybody.
Don't let us forget to wash the sheets, okay?
Anthony
Oh.
Soprano.
What's up?
That's his middle name? Oh, good
They
grief.
seem to hit the... God, you gotta walk on eggshells with these kids today, huh? We're almost through that phase, thank God.
That's fucking... I hope so. I mean, you gotta kick this kid out at some point.
But Ma couldn't stand that as her babies got older, they separated from her. When they started to talk and express ideas, that's when the trouble started.
Well,
It wasn't that she didn't love us.
I mean, it sounds like she wanted a dog.
Now, come to think of it, you never popped your cherry in that regard, right?
No.
Yeah, your old man was the fucking Terminator.
They come close. They've done other shit, but... No.
Oh, Bobby hasn't killed anyone?
So look, somebody I've been bringing along to insulate myself from the stuff that could bring down a boss. Take care of Carmela, too, in case, God forbid. Now, maybe, between me and this person, there's divergent agendas.
Sorry to hear.
It happens.
I'm assuming we're talking about Chris.
Happy birthday to you.
Sopranos Home Movies.
I had all the Super 8s from when we were kids transferred.
Oh, cool. It's really very tough. Thank you.
Oh, look at these.
Oh!
Wait. To have my health,
Something
be
profound.
in this beautiful spot of people that I love, I couldn't ask for more.
Salud.
Salud.
And be the first in line.
Oh no!
Oh God.
You're absolute my baby. Love scars, love wounds, and more. Look at Dilly Joe go dancing with
Don't eat that.
What are they playing?
Chess.
Monopoly.
Hospital $100. Fuck me.
What are you doing? It goes in the bank.
We play the free parking rule.
I don't agree with it.
Bobby, when we were growing up in our house, this is how we played.
You know, the Parker brothers took time to think this all out. I think we should respect that.
Fuck the Parker brothers. Just play the game.
Well, here's the thing. Someone else came up with Monopoly as a criticism of capitalism and monopolies. And then they turned it into a successful board game because they were like, hey, we can capitalize on this.
I saw that.
So what?
Just kite $500 from the bank. Damn it, Tony!
I beg your pardon, my sweet little potato.
Asshole.
I mean, it's impressive they're playing that because this is a...
Bullshit. You take a game of skill and you make it just about luck.
Are you listening to this fucking
I mean,
baby?
Monopoly is not really about skill.
How about every time I land on one of my properties, I get $100? How about that?
How about that? How about that?
Whose turn is it? My turn? It's mine. Okay.
Bobby, don't take it so seriously.
$50? How about the time that Mom and Dad were coming back from the Copa?
That's enough, Janice.
And Mama said...
That never even happened. And anyway, it's not for public concern.
Guys, you're supposed to...
God, what? They're driving back.
You're supposed to get mad at Monopoly.
And she's ragging on his ass. You know how she'd get. He'd been drinking, I guess. And he takes out his gun. Oh my God.
Boom! Holy shit.
Fucking bullet went right through her beehive handed. I can't believe you never told me that story. Second prize in a beauty contest. Collect $10. Go ahead. Make your stupid joke.
I got nothing to say.
Think I'll buy a railroad.
A German Shepherd shaved asshole won first prize.
Oh. What about my wife?
You married her.
This is my home. I'm not talking like that.
It's okay, Bob.
Stay out of this. The Sopranos. You go too far.
Oh my God, the alcohol's hitting everyone.
I apologize. Won't happen again.
The good thing is no one's gonna remember this come morning.
Under the boardwalk.
Fucking good.
Witty Schlangen Jen's my house.
Oh shit. Okay, you might remember that tomorrow morning. Out the window. Oh, goodness sake, come on! Oh, shit. Alright.
What the fuck are you doing? Stop!
We'll call it a draw.
You alright? Oh, Jesus.
You got a house stuck on your face.
Bobby, stop! Stop! You are in no condition! You'll kill yourself!
Oh, like that. God, it shook the camera too.
Fuck!
Look, Tom. I'm really sorry.
Bobby, just shut up. Let's all just go to bed.
Ugh. The bloody house. The spimbolism, though. Ugh. Oh. You know what?
I'll get some ice.
That is generally how Monopoly games end, so...
He is head of the family. You think he's just gonna wake up tomorrow and forget about this?
If he had enough to drink. Oh. And no sheets. Well, we were having a good time.
What the fuck are you doing?
You beat me fair and square.
Come on, let's just...
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna bet he doesn't remember that.
You were right. You told me to ease up on the drinking. You should have insisted.
So now it's my fault. Go wash your face so we can leave.
Good times.
Fucking look at him out there.
What?
I've seen that sitting in the chair thing.
Come on. People sit in chairs.
He looks so stoic.
That fucking throw rug hadn't have been there, would have been Bobby on his back, not me.
What?
I wouldn't have slipped. I would have kicked his ass.
Jesus
Who cares?
Christ, do you think I care?
Oh, you don't, huh?
I'm supposed to be turned on by you beating up your brother-in-law at your 47th birthday?
How old is Bobby? 42? 43? You think those 4 years don't make a difference?
You had it coming.
Not really, no.
I'm old, Calm. And my body has suffered a trauma that it will probably never fully recover from. So why don't we just face the facts?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Hey, T, it's me.
Hey,
Just
Chris.
want to wish you a belated happy birthday.
Well, he's gonna be confused.
Sucker punch is a sucker punch.
So then it wasn't fair and square. I mean, make up your mind.
I think we both know what's what. Well, forget about it. I am.
Have you?
I had this boyfriend once. One night he hit me. Boy, oh boy, I blew my lid. I completely exploded. I'm more like my dad.
And who?
Tony, for example?
So what are you saying? He's more like your mother?
No. Oh, listen, he's got that temper too.
He's more of a good mixture, I think.
In the end, he went his separate way.
Who?
My boyfriend. I'm not proud of it, though.
Oh.
Sounds like you deserve it.
You know what? It took me a second. She's talking about Richie. He hit me. I blew up. That was okay. Took me a sec.
Bobby took advantage of him last night when Tony had had too much to drink. There is no excuse for the way Bobby blindsided him.
God, you have to come to Tony's
Tony
defense.
is not a vindictive man.
Is Tony a toxic person?
What did I say?
I don't know. You're both wrong. Let's just leave it at that.
I would give anything to be, débarrassé of this shit. To have him gone from her life.
That's tough talk, mon ami.
I'm really serious.
Meh.
You'll take care of this, right?
Sure.
No bow and arrows now.
Oh, that'll be Bobby's first actual kill.
He broke your balls about the fight, didn't he?
No, we didn't.
But he now has an expectation of you.
Bobby.
Oh. Oh, your shirt. So that's his first kill? I don't know if that's a good idea.
Sweeter than wine, softer than the summer night. Everything I want.
Oh, that's gonna affect him for a while.
Whenever I hold you tight.
Oh boy, oh boy. That was good. That was good. I like that episode, actually. It's interesting. You'd think that would be an episode that I wouldn't really care for, but no, it's got a lot going on. Definitely. I mean, just on the what am I trying to say? The mirroring of this kind of happening before, didn't it? You know. What episode was that? I can't remember. But there was an episode where, where Tony was over for, was it Sunday dinner with Janice and Bobby and everything. And, Tony just kept pushing and pushing until Janice snapped. And then, he just, walked out of there as the episode ended. This mirrors that, but it didn't go Tony's way, I can't remember what episode that was. Was it last season? It must have been last season. So, Let me see if I can like quickly find it. Might have been Cold Cuts in season 5. I cannot remember though. I cannot fully remember what episode that was. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know. But I think it was in season 5. But anyway, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys are, I mean, good lord, you guys probably have this show memorized front to back, you know? So, I don't know why I need to find the specific episode. You guys already know. Anyway. But yeah, it's interesting mirroring that. And, you know, obviously there, Tony walked out and the episode ended and it was all this big, nice, you know, alpha male moment. And here, Tony got his ass kicked, basically, you know? And it's interesting the way they say it. It's like, well, you know, was it a fair fight or was it not a fair fight, you know? Because in a sense, it's not like they, you know, it's not like they were like, let's have a fight, and they squared up and then started to fight, you know. Bobby just took a hit at him, you know? Bobby just took a hit at him, so... And then from there, and then you also have the, you know, you have the other the circumstances, I guess. Yeah, extenuating circumstances is a phrase that I'm probably not using correctly, but you guys, again, you probably know what I mean. But just the circumstances that it's like, okay, you know, Bobby is a few years younger. Now, does that make too much of a difference? I don't know. I mean, look at the shape that the two of these guys are in. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're splitting hairs on them. But you also have to think about Tony's injury, you know? But I'm going to say, you know, the whole thing of like, oh, was it a fair fight? It's like, I don't think that matters, you know? I don't think that matters. You know what it's like? It's like, this is a weird reference, and I'm going to make it quickly because you guys don't care, but I'm going to say it's like Dragon Ball. Stay with me. So, I'm going to say it's like Dragon Ball, where, spoiler alert for the original Dragon Ball, before Dragon Ball Z, when Goku fights Piccolo in the World Martial Arts Tournament, that is a win for Goku. Goku wins the fight, and he does it via ring out, specifically. And to him, that is a win. And I see it more as it's like, well, you know, this isn't completely a fair fight. You know, they're not, you know, he didn't win by overpowering Piccolo. He won by a ring out, you know? So it's like, well, the circumstances for that win are a bit skewed. But it's like, no, I think you can't really take... You can't really, like, compare that, you know? You can't, like, delegate too much of, like, too many of these conditions. The fight is the fight, you know? And especially for something like this, you know, where Tony, if this happened, you know, at, at the Bada Bing, if this happened at the Bing, and the guys were there, what they would have seen is Bobby won the fight, you know? And because the thing is, you know, if you start adding these little conditions, like, well, Tony's older than Bobby, he got shot last year, you know, so he hasn't fully recovered from that. You know, you start putting all these, you know, all of these asterisks next to Bobby's win. The thing is, if anything, that kind of just makes Tony look worse, at least from the perspective of the guys, you know, who hopefully will never hear about any of this, you know, but that's the thing, like, in the same way that the guys, you know, in the same way that Phil immediately loses, like, most of his respect for Johnny Sack when you know, he breaks down in tears when the feds cart him away at his daughter's wedding, you know? It's like the fact that just loses respect, you know? And it's the same kind of thing of, like, you know, it's the same thing that we already had with Tony, where it's like, you know, he was worried that his image, this sort of alpha male image, was being threatened because of his injury, you know, even though everyone was pretty understanding of his injury, you know? Like, and it wasn't something that was his fault, you know? It was the circumstance of being shot by Uncle June, you know? But it's something that the boss specifically has to worry about, and yeah, for him, you know, for him, it's that's why he had to beat up his driver, his young, strong, buff driver because he had to assert dominance. He had to be the alpha male again, you know? Because, I mean, this show, I mean, what is this show if not toxic masculinity, you know? The show, basically. Now, granted, there's also, you know, there's plenty of toxic women in this show, too, but first and foremost, especially when it comes to Tony's character, it's toxic masculinity, you know? And so the fact is that it's just like he looks weaker, you know, no matter what. Like, the only way to not look weaker from this whole thing with Bobby would have been if he won, you know? Because then it's like, oh, you know, Tony won even though he has these conditions, you know? Even though he has this extra stuff on there, he was able to beat Bobby, you know? Even though he's a few years older, even though he's still never going to fully recover from being shot, it doesn't matter because he still won. But that's not the case. He lost that fight, you know? He lost that fight, and that's just... It's difficult. And now, for, you know, asserting his, you know, alpha male status, he has to assert himself over Bobby now. And so, there you go. What an ultimate, you know... And perfect setup, too, you know? Perfect setup to that. Because again, it's like, oh, man, you know, they were getting along. I like them, you know, sitting in the boat, shooting the shit, you know? Like, I like that. I like that the two of them were getting better, you know? Especially after, you know, everything that happened with Uncle June and how, you know, he kind of blamed Bobby and Janice for that and the whole thing, the train set and stuff. But I like that, you know, he was sort of opening up more and more to Bobby. And I think he was maybe even thinking, could I set up Bobby as the insulator instead of Chris, you know? So that's the thing, you know? But here, but anyway, yeah, but that's such a perfect setup where it's like, you know, they talk about Bobby's father and how it's just like, oh, he was the fucking Terminator, you know? He was the fucking Terminator. He went out there and he killed everyone, you know? He killed so many people. But Bobby, it's interesting they point out, Bobby has never killed anyone, you know? He has never killed anyone, and that was something that his father wanted. His father didn't want him to go that far down that path, you know? Like, even if he is a made man and everything, he doesn't want him to, you know, go down the dark road of killing someone. 1 second. I've been trying to think of where I can stop and take a drink. Anyway. But yeah, he doesn't want him to go down that road, and man, you know, it's something that's not really said in confidence, but said in a way that, you know, I mean, it's not really said in confidence because Tony knew that, basically, you know? Tony knew that, essentially. He wasn't, or he, at the very least, he wasn't really surprised by it, you know, the fact that Bobby has not killed anyone. But yeah, so it's like, and then to take that, and what was such a great moment for the two of them, and just at the end, just be like, hey, you take care of, you know, we're gonna kill this guy, you know, to get a discount, basically, on this whole business that we're conducting with these Canadians. And so he just says, you can take care of that. And Bobby just goes, sure. And that's the thing, Bobby, because, you know, you kind of wonder, it's like, okay, well, is Bobby going to say anything? It's like, Bobby really can't say anything, you know? Because if he says anything of concern about that, then Tony's going to start questioning him. It's like, oh, you know, it's not enough that you beat the shit out of me. You know, you beat the shit out of the boss, the head of the family, but then, you know, you're not following orders, so that would be pretty bad, you know? So he had to do it, and that was Bobby's first kill. That was Bobby's first kill, and now he has to live with that. And it's, you know, it's interesting because, you know, you have to think about how different people deal with that, you know? Because Tony, he can kill someone. Tony's killed plenty of people, but the only ones that really affect him are the ones that are close to him, you know? Like with Pussy, that's the word I was looking for. like with Pussy, like with TB, you know, those are the ones that affect him, but it's not even really that he killed them. You know, he took a human life, but he took their life because he is close to them, you know? But it's different for different people, you know? Some people, they killed people, and it just... I don't know. I don't want to say it's like in one ear out the other, but it's just like, you know, some people are... I don't want to say built differently, but you know what I mean. Some people are like that, you know? And that's terrible, because obviously it's fucking murder, you know? But that's the thing, you know? And for Bobby, now, in his, you know, early to mid-40s, he has finally taken his first life as a made man, and now he has to live with that, and he has to think about that at this point in his life, which can be very different from how someone looks at it earlier in their life if they kill someone, you know? And it's just a whole, you know, batch of differences, basically, you know? It's a whole... I mean, it's different for every person, and, you know, what the circumstances of their life are, and, you know, what age they are, and all sorts of things, in terms of how they deal with the fact... you know, how they deal with killing someone. So that's the thing. For Bobby, this I think is going to haunt him. So yeah. Lesson for today: don't play Monopoly. Monopoly is the friendship ender. You know, it's like it's Monopoly and Mario Party. Those are all the friendship enders. You know, and so I'm kind of not surprised that. I'm kind of not surprised about that. So there is also, I mean, there's also the fact that the free parking rule. Of course, Bobby is a fucking stickler for the rules, you know. But yeah, but I mean that is a rule of free parking, and it's funny because, you know, Bobby says like, oh, well, you're taking a game of skill and you turn it into a game of luck, you know. It wasn't a great Bobby impression, but I tried. But yeah, it's interesting because it's like I feel like. And this also applies to Mario Party, that it's just like, honestly, it does sort of lean more into luck than skill. Because the thing is, for a lot of it, you are just dependent on your rolls. You know, you're dependent on where you land. There is skill in, you know, making trades and doing that sort of stuff. And, you know, figuring out where to put your houses, you know, to maximize profits as someone comes around. I watch a lot of Monopoly YouTube videos, by the way. Mainly people playing, like, Monopoly on, like, the Switch, or just, like, the video game version of Monopoly. But I watch a lot of that, so... But anyway, but yeah, so it's like there is some skill in it, but at the same time, it is also very luck-based in, you know, what you pull from the community chest and what rolls, you know, you get on the dice, you know? And both of that is entirely luck-based. There is no skill involved in that. So, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, you know, where it's like, oh, well, it's a game of skill versus a game of luck. It's like, honestly, the free parking, it's just sort of an added bonus. It keeps things going, basically. Because the money that would go to the bank instead can be redistributed to one of the players who lands on free parking. So yeah, honestly, for that, I feel like it's just an incentive to keep going. So, you know, if one person, like, gets a major, you know, monopoly and a lot of cash early on, you know, it's not just complete domination over the other players, basically. But, yeah, doesn't matter, though. It completely doesn't matter. So... We talked a bit more about Monopoly than maybe we needed to, but yeah, don't play Monopoly. Don't play Monopoly. It is the friendship ender. So anyway, as for other stuff for this episode, I guess the only other thing would be Janice specifically. I mean, the thing is, you know, I want to just kind of say Janice is Janice, and to an extent, she is. You know, like, everything in this episode is kind of just everything we've ever seen from Janice in this show. But I will say, because I feel like if I just say, well, Janice is Janice, you know, it's just Janice being Janice, it's not really fair. Because the thing is, the other part of this episode, everything with Tony, is Tony being Tony, you know? Because Tony, you know, he had a few too many drinks, and then he said too many things, and this time there were consequences for that. And, you know, he tries to brush it off with various different things, like, well, you know, I was shot last year, I'm older than Bobby, or even, you know, when he says to Carmela, it's like, oh, you should have you should have made sure that I didn't drink that much. And she's like, oh, so suddenly it's my fault. Suddenly it's my fault now. So yeah, it's just like, you know, I want to just say, well, Janice is Janice. And to an extent, Janice is Janice. But Tony is also Tony. Like, I don't want to, like, make it seem like I just hate on Janice for no reason. I hate on Janice a lot. Janice is an incredibly annoying character. Good. I still... I don't know. Because, see, like, pretty much since she came back in Season 3, I have kind of been like, okay, what does Janice add to the show? And I don't think it's a lot, but it's not exactly nothing. You know? It's not exactly nothing. She's not my favorite character, but she's not entirely... It's not like... I don't know. It's like she's not exactly useful to the plot, but she doesn't really need to be. Like, she's just a good sort of foil for Tony every so often. And, you know, the fact that that's kind of been built over the seasons until now, you know, Tony has hit consequences, basically, for, you know, how he treats Janice and Bobby, you know? So I don't know. It's like, I don't want to, like, come down too hard on Janice when Tony's doing the same thing, if not worse stuff than Janice is doing. So, I don't know. Janice is Janice, Tony is Tony, you know? But is Tony a toxic person, you know? How long have we been, you know, making that joke, you know, since he said that? It's like, oh, well, but am I a toxic person? It's just like, yes. Yes, you are. You're an incredibly toxic person. So, I don't know. It is also interesting, too, when she brings up the whole thing, like, oh, I had a boyfriend who hit me, and then I just blew up at him. And the fact that it took me a second to realize, oh, she's talking about Richie. Because Richie did that. Richie hit her, and then she shot him and killed him. And then that was just that. And it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that that's what she's talking about. So, boy, oh boy. But yeah, but good episode. Normally, I do feel like this would be an episode I wouldn't really like that much or talk that much about, but this one I like. This one was good, had some good, interesting stuff. And again, the moral of the story, don't play Monopoly. Do not play Monopoly. It is the friendship ender. That and Mario Party. So, at least Mario Party's prettier, at least, you know? Mario Party tricks you into thinking that that you're not ruining your friendships, but you are, so... But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.